naughty sweets.
That's right.
You're doing. Be nice to Arnold.
I can't.
This got you in trouble last time.
I don't even mind the little rodent.
Mustard.
That's not a nice way to talk about me. I am here for nice things, and you're just me.
Yeah, be nice to the rat queen.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone,
Right.
and welcome back to another episode of Waffling On.
Yeah.
This time we are looking back upon our travails of broken-heartedness and broken-partedness at the Tap Social.
Yeah.
Sad face. We'll get around to the very sad, heartbreaking moments of this event. But firstly, we have to deal with what is becoming commonplace.
Oh, I mean, that's the number one sad face, surely.
It is. The moment anyone picks up a microphone or opens their mouth, we get...
No.
So...
Just a collective groan.
Yep. Leave it, gal. It's Mike Baker picking up the Boo You microphone. And you know, I don't have a lot of time for Mike Baker at the best.
They're in your way.
I'm alright with that.
You're not a star.
You just got to paint those eyeballs on your eyelids.
I start dribbling, snoring, just nudge me.
It's one of those things that I think if we got that on camera, if I was to put that on the channel, it'd probably become the most popular thing. There's probably a group of people out there who'd quite appreciate dribbling, sleeping rat queens.
We should get some googly eyes for next time. Just what we want, yeah.
That's it, and I can just
You can CGI that. You're a bit of a whiz with that kind of.
I'll see what I can do for the closing credits. Not like I have a full-time job now. Whoops. Well, until this video goes out, it may be a very short-term thing. Right, so Mike Baker takes the microphone. He's about to introduce the host for the night, which is not him. Good news.
Yeah.
And now, groan. Is it another Tom match?
Hopefully not.
It's not another Tom match, but out comes Tom, wearing blue.
It's strange, isn't it? Because he's got a little patch over his, like a logo on his chest.
Yeah, like can't be seen in public with that going on.
No.
He's got a big reveal. He's got big news. Is it the big news that he's lost and he's asking for directions? Finally, someone has done some kind of fluence on him and wiped his memory. Is it Tom? Is it memes? No, it's Bargain Hunt.
Careful.
Bertie. So the big reveal is that a major television company are interested in what Tom has to say. It's not the network, it's not Netflix, it's not ITV for AEW, it's not even Bravo or whoever have got Impact Wrestling at the moment.
Dave is always a good channel.
It's not called Dave anymore though, is it?
Is it not called that?
No, it is.
Is it?
Yes,
I thought they'd gone highbrow and called themselves David. No, there's another UK TV Gold or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, why is he here? What is he trailing? And is it still available on iPlayer? And has anyone watched it? Will anyone watch it? Did he win? Did he lose?
No.
You don't know. How far in did you get?
Oh, quite far. 20 minutes.
I lined it up so the boss could come in and go, oh my God, please no. I think she thought she was in some kind of nightmare and he was now haunting the television in our front room. Turns out that Tom's got an eye for a bargain.
Yes.
Or not, because we don't know if he won or lost.
No.
But he was blue team, Dabba-dee, 12:15.
The 3rd of March.
3rd of March. Or something like that, yeah, it was. It doesn't matter because it's been on. You can find it probably episode 3002 of Bargain Hunt. Congratulations, if you won or lost, you appeared there. You appeared here, and you couldn't wrestle because of your biggest enemy keeps striking when you least expect it. Your back is turned. Out comes the gouts.
It's not Crow, it's not Matt Cardona.
No.
It's Gout.
It's Gout making a return appearance in the wrestling ring.
It's really painful, though.
Yeah, it's not funny. You said last time it wasn't funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. So why were people making jokes about it, those bastards?
I don't know.
Imagine that. Imagine mocking the afflicted. And I think Mike basically does the worst thing ever. I was about to say earlier on, I don't have a lot of time for Mike at the best of times. And all of a sudden he said, I'll tell you what, you might as well, if you're here, you might as well host the show. Bloody hell, I paid for this ticket. I've got front row tickets.
I mean, you did ask if you could have your money back.
I did shout. Can I have a refund, please? Confirmed by Tom himself. No refunds. Buy some merch. Just his response to everything. Over on the merch table. He was very chatty. He was very, very responsive to all the abuse I was giving him.
Must be that. No, he's a TV star.
Yeah. Or he came out. The first thing he did was try and get high fives from the crowd. Willingly given. It's like a curse from Harry Potter, isn't it? A high five, willingly given. I'll cut it in to show how willing that was.
I didn't go.
You didn't go, but we did bring you an artifact back from him, which we'll get to later on. It's a very smelly artifact. Mm-hmm.
The fact that I can't remember what that is makes it all the more intriguing now.
It's like a Stephen King novel. Read that in chapter 1. Come back for the smelly artifact. Right, we should get on to match number 1, which was introduced by Blue Pain, literally Blue Pain here. We'll do a ding ding.
Was it?
And get on with it.
Okay, ding ding.
Ding ding.
Make it go away.
Broken hearts, broken parts, and broken wind. There's a crack in your butt.
I'm not sure I like this.
I'm not sure we do either. It doesn't smell like that. Right. So
It smells weird.
the first
Anything that you have, thank you.
Well, you're sniffing another
Sniff
voice.
it.
You've got no choice. I'd sniff that instead of what you're actually
I
smelling.
know, right?
Does that smell of papalness?
It does, yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. The Pope making an appearance here via her cardigan
And slippers.
and her slippers, but not making an appearance to slippers.
Oh, hang on. I can't get my leg up that high.
And another thing,
Yeah.
slippers. Anyone with a slipper fetish, here we go. These are the Pope's slippers, official.
Yeah.
They're not Armani or Prada, as the Pope's himself slippers are or were.
No, I just heard a story that she told me about this cardigan, and now I don't, there are things I know about the Pope.
See, and another thing to entice people to later in the episode, post-credit scene maybe. Post-credit reveal?
Yeah, why not?
Woohoo!
I don't want to get her in trouble, though.
She's the Pope, doesn't get in trouble. She causes the trouble.
The Pope. How is that man still alive? Like, it's by the
They're
grace
keeping him.
of God.
They're really.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I hope he believes in him. It's coming up for Easter,
Yeah.
so they've probably gone whatever that miracle cure is, just pump him full of stuff so he can go. Yeah, all that stuff. Time Lord or whatever it is that he does.
The magician.
Yeah, he's like Doctor Who. I mean, the thing is, the Pope is like he must be a Time Lord because every so often he just reappears.
Regenerate.
But if you were the Pope and you were going to regenerate, well, what should I be? I tell you what, it's best if I come back as like a 70-year-old man. That'll work. I'll have the time of my
I
life.
mean, to be fair, that'd be a young one, wouldn't it?
Useful for you. Right. So, Pope Francis or Ex Benedict, were either of them involved in this first match, introduced by Dabadee, the Blue Pain?
Not that I remember.
Who was in this match?
Our captain.
Our captain.
Hi, Arthur Skurro.
Hi, Arthur Skurro. Our captain versus Captain America.
A smaller version of Captain America.
Not the one with the wings.
Or the one from the boys.
No, not Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander. I love him.
Captain America he's somebody else now. I watched the trailer for it recently.
Yeah, I saw the film. No spoilers, but Red Hulk was in it. Oh my god. Oops. Anyway, so Captain America is here. We have Captain versus the Captain.
Yes.
Sorry.
There's no need to be sorry.
No.
In the form of Shane Hook.
Yes, making his debut.
Making his debut. Tag team partner of Leon Cage on occasion, as well as some other individuals, as we may reveal later on.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, but could he do this all day? Captain America quote there.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't watch Marvel films.
Me either.
Good job this isn't a Marvel film podcast.
Hey, we should start a film podcast.
We should do.
No.
You know, there's a raccoon in some of the Marvel films.
I do know that. I do know that. I don't know what it's called, but I do know that.
I know
Rocket Raccoon.
Yes, I knew that.
Oh,
I've seen 2 of those. But
that sounds a little bit rude, doesn't it? A little bit.
No.
Well, it sounds like something that you could buy from a catalogue.
Right, what happened with Shane Hook against South Skurro?
It was a very flippy-dippy, Scooby-Doopy, cannonball firing, all over the place, rubber ball, superhero landing, piratical shenanigans kind of match.
You didn't even write that down.
That's me done. I'm done.
I don't think there's anything else to say really about that.
There was a moment in this match where Shane Hook went off the turnbuckle to attack Mr. Skurro, and he caught him in a suplex.
Yeah, vertical. Held him up for a little while. Gave him enough time so that Shane had to think about what he'd done with his life until that point, before he was sailing down from the poop deck, where you should be after that earlier outburst.
Yeah. I think he is that, yeah.
Yeah, and shattered him.
I think what you were going to say, shattered him.
Across the floor. And there was, earlier on, there were 2 points, like one after another, where he threw him across the ring, and he nearly landed on the bar where Tej was doing the commentary.
Yeah.
Thrown so far. But he's nothing if not either stupid, brave,
Resilient.
or resilient,
Yeah.
I think is the word I was
Yeah.
never going to remember. But it was everything we'd hoped for, but a real clash of size and style.
Yep.
But
The drink is disgusting.
is it no Pepsi Max?
horrible?
What flavour? Strawberries and cream.
Let me try it then. Let me try it.
It's got 0 sugar in it. But it does contain particles because it was over in his hand a minute ago.
It's just not nice in any way. And it gets worse after.
Is it the aftertaste?
Right.
That's another thing we could. Yeah, keep doing that. I cut that into a 5-second loop.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it all yours? So it was the captain versus Hook, which is what I should have led with at the start.
Yeah.
If I'd gotten into that blurb, that would have been just it. That would have been on my highlight reel.
What did Dr. Hook sing?
It's Dr. Hook. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? The double entendre song.
Was it that one?
What was that then? I think it might have
I
been.
think so.
It was the
Was it
pervy
not?
fella with the.
Was it not that one?
Dude. It might have been that one as well. But they tended to sing songs that had innuendos in the title.
Greatest hits. They've done more than one.
Great, it's an EP. Dr. Hook.
When you're in love with a beautiful woman.
That's
When you're in love with I thought that was the Bee Gees.
no, but when you follow the lyrics through.
I'm not going to. No.
When
that's
you're
too much.
in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard. You watch your friends. I never watched Friends. Didn't like it. Are we keeping this in, or are we going to cut this
Yeah,
out?
that was one. That was
Keep this
Dr.
in.
Hook 310. Thomas.
Who did that song then?
Who
What
did that
song?
song? Sounds like a 10cc kind of thing. I'm going to cut it in like I
What was it
knew straight
called?
away.
What was it called?
It's like that. Do you want me
that-
to sing it? If
is
we
it
do
not
it with
just say,
Spotify, we'll know
If you leave
exactly.
me now, it's
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
one.
one.
If you leave me now,
Take away the pretty part of me.
Or Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. There you go.
Shite.
We've kind of got lost on
Well,
what's
it's
going
not
on.
I
now.
don't know what's going on anymore.
Anyway, Skurro beat him up.
He did. If we didn't love the captain, I would have been very disappointed in him for being so mean and nasty to
Yeah,
someone.
all right, fair enough.
But we love him. He's moving away from the foot of the table.
Yeah.
As Shane Hook is approaching it, but he's still so much better than Memes stroke Tom, who we still haven't decided if he's the same person. Just introduce him. It's me, it's Tom. I don't care who you are.
I feel sorry for him.
No,
You feel sorry for him.
you didn't have to listen to the bargain and stuff.
I didn't.
I've made a realisation that I will reveal later on.
Okay.
So Skurro came out with the win.
Yes.
Woo!
We should move on
Yeah.
and concentrate on a match. Match number 2. Ding ding.
Right, match 2. Oh shit, the bed. I remember what this one is. Get in.
This one, if you watch back the footage, if you get the opportunity, match 1 is a good match.
Mm.
The ring is there; it's reasonably solid. After this match, the ring is bust. Every time anyone moves on it, it squeaks like it's gone. Ha! It is the super heavyweight, and this is a painful watch. Not because it's a terrible match, but it just is utterly painful. 10-minute time limit.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're watching a war.
Do you know what? It was absolutely mesmerising.
Yeah.
It was what people talk about, like, I presume what it's like watching a car accident.
Yeah.
Just the chaos of two massive things slamming into each other. Terrifying.
I mean, you've got a big clock on the wall. There's a time limit. There's no DQ. So they can basically do as they please. And I was watching it and I was like, God, how much longer can this go on for? 90 seconds had passed. And that included a couple of, like, about 30 seconds at start where they were just trading insults to each other and getting built up for this one. Right, so the super heavyweight, in a run up to this match, which is utterly awesome. We have had 3 quarterfinals. We've had friend of the podcast, Razor, progressing. He's going up against David Soul's #1 fan, Jay Joshua, in one semi-final.
Oh, yeah.
Back in Reading, we saw Liam Jones split a man in 2, or it might have just been a tag team,
and smash them both.
Destroy the Rowe Bros, which is a shame, because effectively we were hoping the Rowe Bros would turn up later on this show, and he had already murdered them. And this was going to decide who Liam Jones was going to go up against in that semi-final. And it was the Pope's favourite, the man who's made of granite, only harder, Levi Muir, versus some crazy lumberjack guy, Brazen.
Brazen from the Woods.
Brazen from the Woods came out and basically made it very clear that he didn't like anyone and he was here to beat up Levi Muir.
Yes. And he did. And Levi beat him up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. The camera will pick up noise badly, but it was just like 9.5 minutes. Just
like, loads of that. That's probably wrecked the microphone.
Yeah.
It was.
Question: is Levi Muir still like Johnny Bravo?
Well, yes.
He came out. He did that thing where he does the point out like that, and I think the whole place went silent when he came downstairs. It's like, is this CGI? Because that cannot exist. I mean, this is the super heavyweight, which means Levi Muir, like says, not an ounce of fat on him. So that is just pure dense muscle.
Yeah.
And by dense, I do not mean anything other than pure muscle.
Yeah.
Just absolute.
Like a buffalo.
Just mental. Absolutely mental. I would say the bravest man at United that night was Kyle, the referee, for getting in the ring when that was going on. And the clock's ticking. They've left the ring and they are beating each other up. Worried because the tap social relies on a certain number of pillars to keep. Not the pillars, but real. No, not Simon Quest. Not Simon Quest. Did you hear Simon Quest on his way back? For a beat of my heart there, shriveled like the Grinch, just like, now please. The promise was that he had gone. And then I thought, so I shared the story, and some people went, no, not like Simon Quest. But the structural integrity of the tap social was in danger.
Yeah.
And Carl said, come on, you two, get back in the ring. And I thought, why bother? There's no DQ. Don't draw attention to yourself. Just let these two kill each other. What can we say? It was just mental. There was a crossbody, Levi coming off the ropes at one point.
Yeah.
And it hit Brazen. It hit the ring, and the ring went, oh!
Was there a huge spear in this match as well?
There was a huge spear in amongst the rest of the carnage. And Brazen from the Woods must lived a hard life because he was just asking for more and getting up from this stuff. I was sitting down and my legs were too weak for me to stand. It was petrifying.
Yeah. This was the best big man match I've ever seen. Like, this was everything that a big man match should be. And it was, It was mesmerising.
Yeah, but it's like you say, big man. They moved like they were shaking.
Oh yeah.
They were not sparing anything. There was, I think, towards the end, Brazen's up on the ropes, and Levi first shoves the ring so he falls off. Oh, it's just fair enough because it actually did move. And then I think he suplexes him off of that, and it's just like, no one came in time to. At the end of a match, if someone's lying there going, someone's always said, can someone help me get this guy out and check if he's okay? No one came in and asked the ring, are you right for the next 4 bouts? Can you carry on? The ring was lying there in the middle of the ring. No one cared. They just walked all over it.
The unsung hero.
The unsung hero.
But a decent one.
I think we've spent more time talking about this match than it actually went on for. But if you get a chance to watch it back, it just feels like it goes on forever. They say it's the car crash. I checked the watch. After 7 minutes, I thought, surely they've got to stop the clock here.
Yeah.
I thought Mike's timekeeping was all over the place. But it ends with Levi coming through.
Yeah.
And I worry for the staffy. Because you'd say that guy is probably going to sail through to the final, and then you realise probably not going to be that easy if happening at all.
Oh, I could never back against Liam Jones.
Thank God we aren't having to pick this one right now. We have to say congratulations to Levi.
Yep.
He's going to make a return to United. He's a guy we've seen loads of at UBW before, and people tried to stand toe to toe with him. And then
this Levi is a different beast to that one. Oh, he's not. He's the same beast. He's an absolute beast. But there was just something about it.
I think this tournament suits him because you've got a time limit. He knows he doesn't have to outlast anyone. He can go full on. And there were probably 7 or 8 minutes in, when no one else had breath. He was still giving it all the pants. He'd been dropped on the hardest part of the ring, right in front of us, and he still kept going. But Levi's through. He's taking on Liam Jones. We can put that on the side as to who we're going to back for the win there. I think that's coming up in May. But congratulations, Levi. And this Super 8 tournament has been absolutely super. More of the same, please.
Ding, ding.
Right, so I have been banished to the shed, by the boss for making such a hash of the last segment. The Super Heavyweight tournament obviously is progressing in a different way from how I had it written down. We have friend of the podcast, Razor, going up against the Staffy, or should I say the peak of evolution, Liam Jones, actually upcoming at Back for Glory. So forget everything we said in that last segment. Hopefully this is enough of an apology and everything so I can actually get out of here and wait for the boss. I think she might have gone somewhere for the day. It's getting quite stinky in here. That's not just down to me. There's other things going on. But who am I backing for this one? I've got to back the friend of the podcast, Razor. The guy is on a tear. He's just lost his position in the top 6 of United. Not because he lost, but rather because boo you, Tony Kyle, is making his way up the rankings. I've checked in with the other Wafflers, evening it up. Dan has said he's going for Liam Jones. Can't see past the guy who can split a man in 2 and then squash both of the parts. But Claire with the deciding vote is going for Razor. Sorry, Liam. Thumbs up for Razor. We'll see you at the Tap Social for the semi-final of the Super 8 tournament.
This
is the older one, though.
Yeah. I wear mine all the time.
Is this the short sleeve one?
Yeah.
Got the lot. Because it's summertime. Your Scotty Rawk wardrobe caters for all seasons. As long as you like. And we do.
Yes.
First half main event. A grudge match. There's nothing on the line except for the fact that 2 guys want to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
It's the bastard child dispensation for the northern accent there versus the Wild Boar.
Because you can't say it any other way.
Not to be correct.
No.
Another one is just a bit of a bastard. Just as it was. Strange, crazy man.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you go, it's kind of within a structure of a match, but it's two men hurting each other because they want to.
Yeah, and they're quite good at it.
Yeah. We've got the situation where Scotty's got a lot of payback to mete out on the ball, and the ball just wants to be horrible. He's ruined all his. He's beaten up Scotty before their match back in Wantage.
Yeah.
He's cost the dogs their tag team titles.
Yeah.
And now he just wants another piece of the bastard child.
Yeah.
I want a piece.
Not the same piece.
Oh.
We got you almost a piece.
Yeah.
Not that piece.
But not that piece.
One day.
The pink and black attack of Scotty Rawk comes out. He's celebrating with the crowd at the start, and I don't know where the ball was hiding, but he's suddenly there.
Yeah.
And he's beating up Scotty, and they're not using the ring because why would they use the ring when they can throw each other into the crowd?
Yeah. And just threw the chairs. And I mean, we couldn't really see what was on at that point. We just hear all the pint glasses breaking.
Yeah, we were still sitting down. Everyone else was running. It's basically like the Jurassic Park. Everyone's fleeing from those pterodactyls from the Spike Trivet. I'm getting a little bit off track.
Not yet.
No, that's later. But yeah, they were letting the crowd chop, get involved and chopping. It did sound like glasses were breaking and people were being thrown on them.
Yeah. And
Josh was saying, "Come on, get in the ring, get in the." No one was listening. Didn't bother with the count.
Would you chop Bar if he said, "Come on, hit him"?
I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd be terrified.
I'd do it.
Well, in this match, we were told to get out of our seats at one point, and I specifically asked for permission to return to my seat afterwards because I think it's best to be polite.
Do you know, of all the ones I missed, this is the one where I had the opportunity to actually have Scotty Rawk land in my lap, and I missed it.
Yeah, there was. I tell you what, you won't like what happens later on. Then we were in the premium seats.
Yeah,
we were in the softest seats in the house for the softies that we are, and we were asked politely to move, or encouraged, or just told move.
Yeah,
as Boar threw Scotty Rawk into our seats, which was kind of him because they were.
Yeah, because he slapped him about all over the floors and into the walls and into the posts and everything, and then he suplexed him lovely onto a sofa.
Yeah, was his arm dangling by then?
I don't know. That was worrying, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Boar was targeting Scotty's arm, which he was wrapping around ropes and then kicking all over the place. And it looked like he'd been lying on it in the night, woken up, and he'd lost all feeling in it.
Yeah,
I was speaking from personal experience. And it was dangling, the arm. And he was holding it only on with a bit of tape that he had round it.
Yeah.
The same tape that was retrieved at the end of the match and given to you as a stinky gift.
I have that.
That's the stinky gift.
That's my stinky gift.
Where is the stinky gift? It's not here. I can't smell it. It's somewhere precious.
Genuinely is in my bedroom.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Helps you breathe more easily and things like that.
Helps you get to sleep.
Works up an appetite. Right, so not only is the Boar targeting the arm, but he's also a little bit nibbly.
He gets a bit nibbly, doesn't he?
He does.
Did he nibble on Scotty?
Yeah. It's one of those things you're like, oh God, this is like my dream come true.
Tag.
And then Scotty would be like, oh, I can't tag it. Don't want to tag with you.
No. You stay there. I got this.
Saying that, I do think we're going to have more opportunities for you to see Scotty and tag with him in the future because he comes out on top in this match. He drops the ball.
That's the goal, isn't it?
Obvious.
Yeah. Anyway,
there was that part where Scotty he picks up the ball and then squashes him, almost sits on his face for want of a better phrase.
The Devlin driver.
Yeah, boom. That's got to hurt. And then the Boar gets up and does like a crazy dead chicken run around the room. And I think he gets kicked in the head and we get the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, did he do the fuck you?
No, he didn't have any time or breath left for swearing. Yeah, I think it was another part. After being beaten a bit silly, he was retching in the ring. Scotty's my guy. Physical exercise and a little bit of...
No, that would have set me right off. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scotty gets the win.
Good.
Scotty is marching on. He's marching back to Reading. And after Boo You, Hustle Malone ruined Reading for everyone and ruined the chance of Scotty of getting the win, he's getting the chance at the absolute championship.
Nice.
That's absolutely unnecessary to do that every time. I was suppressing a burp. So, end of the second half. What happens at end of the first half? What happens at the end of every half?
Well, Tom's back.
Tom comes out to tell you to buy some merch.
Raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets, gout awareness.
Be aware of the gout.
Do not forget about the gout.
Be aware of the gout, and also be aware of the masked marauder, the miscreant who beat up Santa. Was it? I'm trying to remember now. Was it Spicer who he decked, or was it JJ Lynch or someone that he decked and Seft and then stuck out a hand and then got booted as well by this guy? He's come back and he's my hero now.
Yeah,
he's rid us of that terrible pest, that terrible blue pain. He does for Tom, stroke memes, stroke blue pain.
Who do you think it is? I bet it's one of the loose women because they're on about the same time as back. I don't know, are they?
Or is it Kristen? Who's Kirsten? Is she the one who's on Channel 4 now?
I thought you were going to say Krista Berg.
Yeah. He's the Lady in Red versus the Blue Pain.
What an absolute plot twist.
I love that song, Lady in Red. That and Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. It's just amazing songs.
Yeah, that Wonderful Tonight one. That is a bloke who's just... it's late in the evening and she's wondering what clothes to wear. Basically, it was an afternoon gig they're going to. She still can't say... and she asked me, do I look all right? And he's like, yeah, you look wonderful tonight. It's like, bloody hell, I want to get out, a couple of beers in and back for match of the day. It's 9 o'clock already.
I do change into a number of outfits before I decide to go out, just because I just feel so uncomfortable in literally everything. So I just don't feel right.
Just for
this, or if you do naturist camp kind of thing, then you don't have to worry about what you're wearing.
True.
Go do your hair though.
Yeah.
Go get those baubles in.
With the Christmas lights.
The Christmas lights. Oh, this is the adult show. We can talk about that now. If you feel up to sharing, please feel free.
I don't have any kind of beard to put lights on. That's any of the explanation you get. I'm just going to move on.
All right.
At this point.
Shall we move on to the gift that keeps on giving?
Yep.
The masked miscreant has kicked the gout out of Tom to the extent...
But it's still in.
It's still in, but it's out, but it might not be.
Yeah.
But Tom has basically said, here we go, let's pull out that script. I'm a United original. I'm the only one who's been here since day one. Spike Trivet's back later on. He was in the first one as well, but I don't know, just minor details. He's bottom of the league. He says, I'm going to come here and I'm going to fight on every show I can. And I want... No, he's not Dan.
Oh.
He's gonna fight on every show that he can. And in August, he wants the masked man.
Oh.
Despite not knowing who it is.
Yeah, despite not knowing.
Wasn't there a masked man that used to bring like milk tray or black magic or something?
He only used to wear. He was the man in black. He wasn't masked.
Oh.
What a waste of time.
Yeah.
Coming through your bedroom window while you were sleeping.
To leave your chocolate.
Wiping
It's
on
like
the
my
curtains.
worst nightmare. I don't like chocolate. I don't like chocolate, and I don't want strange men climbing in through my window. Thank you.
So all these women, these lofty vints in their penthouse suites in the mountains, leaving a window open.
Yeah.
It's a bit chilly,
Yeah.
just in case a bloke's going to come in with a cheap box of chocolates. And then he buggers straight off. What's his going? Buggers off. Buggers away. He leaves. Much like Tom will if he loses in August.
Yeah.
He has stated that he's going to put his career on the line. So, whoever you are, masked man, my advice is, please, if you're not feeling up to it, lend Levi your mask and free us all.
Do you think it's Hulk Hogan?
No, because he got in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay,
He did some moves successfully, kicked the gout-ridden leg, and then moved out without saying anything racist or sexist or falling over on his reconstructed limbs.
What about Josh Folds then?
What about Josh Folds?
Well, he's not any of those things. So
It could have been Josh Folds if he was wearing an inflatable person suit.
Yeah, it's unlikely to be Harry Sefton, as he couldn't have kicked himself. And he wouldn't have got in the ring without going, beat up means. It's all quiet, and then they go, but I tell you what, if Josh Foles were here with his Dalmatians, I'd give him one as well. Oh, I've given myself away.
Andy was behind us, wasn't he? Claiming to be omnipresent across British wrestling.
Number one, I very much miss Josh Foles because he gives a good hug.
And your number one is good enough. We need no more.
And I haven't seen Harry Sefton for a
Oh,
while.
no, that was good.
Yay for Harry.
Okay, just follow me around everywhere. Every time I go out. Oh, you're here, are you? It's only you. Any Dalmatian breeding Josh? Have you seen any Joshes recently? Anyway,
Oh, Harry. Oh.
you did say it was getting late. You need to be
I do.
you need to
I
be
need to
moving
go to
on. So
sleep
we
as
need to be moving on. Tom needs to be moving on. Bye, Tom. We've got you till August. It was lovely knowing you.
Minge.
Right, I'm going to say ding ding before it says straggly minge. No, it doesn't say that.
It looks like it does.
I know. Move on. Move on.
Pleased to see Minge,
Please
actually.
see Minge. What have you been watching?
Right, it says, where's Tom? Strangely pleased to see Mike.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, there's extra letters in there. It either says that or mince.
No,
doesn't it?
it says straggly pleased to see Minge.
Right on top of this, Josh Spicer versus the Flamingo
Oh,
coverage.
okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
More of the same, please.
So we've got, what do we say about it? This is the Spicer era of banger after banger after banger. He's been putting on just brilliant matches. Like I think this is the best Spicer I've ever seen. He's been fantastic. And it was a mystery, wasn't it? It was a mystery who was against. And you wouldn't tell me who he was against. And then he bloody walked past me at the bar.
I've kept the secret. And I even said to you, don't look up, because I think the opponent's just walked in.
And then he walked past. Yeah. Josh Spicer against Spike Trivet.
Spike
That was
Trivet,
really good, actually.
United champion from show number 1. United original. Hopefully with us past August. Just saying, the Flamingo is here and he is having more fun than ever.
Yeah, he just looked like he's had an absolute ball.
Yeah.
It's tremendous.
He's totally engaged in the match and with the crowd. He's not missing a chance to retort to anything that goes on. And then he's having a bit of bants and he'll turn around and he'll just punch his opponent in the face and carry on.
But, yeah, I really like that about him.
Yeah.
And he's in fantastic shape. He's enjoying himself. And he's obviously eating well, because every so often he'll take a chunk out of whoever his opponent is. Finger licking, smelling good. The referee has to keep reminding that biting is not something you should be doing.
This really winds off up. I was like, when did biting just become acceptable? Like, as long as you count down from 5, then it's all right.
Yeah, I've got till. This I've got till 5 thing is a ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because if you were in the street and you were beating someone up and the police came up, you'd say, I've got at least another 3 seconds of this before it's actually illegal. But Kyle and Josh and all the other refs, their hands are tied.
Yeah.
Well, they've got one hand. They don't hot tie. That would just be stupid,
It
because every
would
time
be
they
weird,
move around the
wouldn't
ring, it's like trying to count. Yeah.
What about when they go like 2 shoulders up? They wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
They'd have to be
1.
That's it. They'd be like a weird seal.
I mean, I think that could be. We should put that forward to management, which could be memes now after today's announcement. But yeah, we should put that forward that as the Halloween Monster Bash 4 this year, referees should have their arms tied behind their back. There should be a shark or weasel cage above the ring from which the referees, dangling with their arms tied back, have to officiate the match.
I don't think they're going to go for that.
No, probably not. No. Considering that you've still got the weasel up there, you know.
Yeah. Better up there than down someone's trousers. Moving on, the Edge Runner. He's not just the Edge Runner. No, he's got bounties on people's head. He is the Phantomweight Champion, and the belt is on the line. It's an open challenge every single time.
Ah, okay.
So the flamingo is back with his scary mask and his shenanigans, and now he's embraced that. Not so much the vulture flies, it's now.
Yeah, he's joining in now. He was making that noise.
And he was getting some grief from a youngster. Not the youngster who was saying, why is the referee giving to 5? But I think a newcomer to the United family who was giving everyone a load of grief. And he just pointed out that your parents have spent money on that belt because they don't love you. No one likes you here. And he walks across the ring to mete out some more violence on Spicer. And I think he then turns back to have a further go at him. The crowd loved it.
They kind of cried.
I don't think the kid did.
No.
I think it just made him even angrier.
Fair enough.
It was amazing. The match was amazing.
Yeah, everything you'd expect. Bad. Torture racks, punches, finger splitting,
Did he
kicking
do the
people.
thing like he did to Aluna?
He
that
did,
time?
yes.
Oh,
He
that's
did.
horrible, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, now I'm less concerned. It upset me at the time, but now it's like, it's just desserts, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
What do you think Josh Spicer tastes of? Should we ask Spike if he can?
I'm tapping out of this one.
Well, I don't think I've seen anyone bite him or try to taste him as much as Spike was during the match.
Okay.
If it was a crisp flavour, what crisp flavour do you think it'd be?
What, Spicer?
Yeah.
He'd be like Flaming Hot Monster Munch, wouldn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that wins it.
I think.
Not nice and
cocktail.
spicy.
I think.
Okay.
No,
Nice and
I don't
spicy
think it'd be
knickknacks.
prawn cocktail. Yeah, nice and spicy knickknacks. Or, I think Spike would be like the flame grilled steak, rich cut ones.
Really, do you think it'd be that?
Yeah.
It could be a little bit more exotic than that.
Mm.
I
Like
don't know what.
Paprika Pringles.
Mm.
Paprika! See?
Yeah, that could work.
I think as
It needs a
well,
new gimmick.
Trademark.
Arthur Skurro would be like cheese and onion.
Not
Like
scampi.
No, he'd be cheese and onion. He'd be like the mainstay of crisp.
Cheese and onion's not the mainstay.
I don't. I mean, it's not a favourite of mine, but there's a lot of people who like it.
Okay.
What about, wouldn't it be sea salt?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the sea salt and cider vinegar ones.
Sea salt kettle chips.
Yeah.
Hand cooked.
Mm.
And then I think Chris Aries would be like the sweet chili ones. You know.
Well, I think we'll get to it. I think you'd be quite sour. Wasn't happy in this event.
Fair enough.
What about Sefton? What was Sefton? It'd be the packet of crisps you left behind because you hate the flavour and put them back in the cupboard, hoping the guest will come round and you can give them away. Every
That's
time you
normally
turn
cheese and
around.
onion in
Cheese,
my
yeah,
house,
exactly.
yeah.
Cheese and
Prawn
onion.
cocktail.
No, prawn
I quite
cocktails.
like Walker's prawn cocktail are nice. All the other prawn cocktails are just wank.
Yeah.
Just I've got that note here. All others are just wank.
Sorry for asking that.
I've got it written down here, actually, not the thing about that, but there was a part where Trivet smashes Spicer in the face with his elbow, and the referee says, "Whoa," and he says, "Oh, it wasn't my fist, it was an elbow," and the crowd boo. And he says, "Don't boo the ref, he's only doing his job." Oh, it's comedy gold. And even towards the end of the match, Spicer's bringing out the full arsenal. He's going to do his cutter off the ropes. I think he misses the first one, but he does the mantis blade. And Spike, who was a little bit dazed in the middle of the ring, actually looks up at him and just almost winks and goes, "So Spicer, I'm not going to miss this opportunity."
Yeah.
Absolutely well is him
Yeah.
with the mantis blade, which is kind of just being punched in the face.
Yeah.
And then gets it for the 1, 2, 3. The edge runner continues to run around the edges and in the centre of the ring with his hand held high. And Spike slinks away with a big smile on his beak.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see him back. For more of the same, please.
I love watching him no matter what he does. I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing him again.
So that's Boar, Scotty Rawk, Spike
Technically
Trivet.
not. Take that one back. Take that one back.
Right,
And a repeat any time, he says.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm just wondering who the hell's next.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's not next.
Edge.
Harry Sefton.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because he's not allowed. You're done, Sefton. Only you.
Who's on that?
Everyone. And me, just then.
Right.
Ding ding.
I don't even remember this
It's
match.
not, it's Tony Kyle.
Oh,
We have confirmed the Pillar Killers are here the World Tag Team Champions, as they continue to call themselves.
Yep.
Are out with the belts.
No business.
Oh, they were
Waggly.
doing the humping belts again, aren't they?
They've come out. It's the Absolute Maverick and the Modern Classic.
Eh?
Yeah, the Modern Classic. Nacho Libre. That is a modern classic, not a Josh Holley. This movie is the greatest wrestling movie of all time. Forget the wrestler.
Yep.
Forget
There's a monster one that's quite
no
good.
holds barred.
The Iron Claw.
The Iron
Fighting my family.
Santa with
The Skurro
muscles.
one's good.
No, but have you seen Nacho Libre?
No.
It says here, comedy genius.
Yeah, but
And
it's
it
not,
says,
though, is it?
I love it. I mean, that's the thing. The tagline here says comedy genius. And I'm going to bring this in as part of my review of the Pillar Killers, right? So that is just 2 words from a full sentence
Yeah.
that says, an idiot might think this is comedy genius. In the
Yeah.
same way that you'd say, these guys are not the greatest tag team champions, but these guys would only take the greatest tag team champions. Oh no. Who wants to watch these guys?
Not me.
Not me, but you should watch this movie because it's not only the best wrestling film of all time, possibly the best sporting movie of all time. Chariots of Fire.
Oh.
Nope.
Sorry.
You take Rocky, you can throw that out. Escape to Glory. No. Nacho Libre. Top 5 film ever.
Cool Rings is on the phone.
Blades of Glory was good.
Go to Glory. Hang on. No, we're sticking with Nacho Libre. So Josh Holley styles himself the Nacho Libre,
Yeah.
the modern classic. He is not.
He looks like an extra from the Karate Kid.
I say he doesn't look modern. He's very tassely. His headband gets knocked into our vicinity yet again. But they're going up this time the purported best tag team in the world, purported, against the Rowe Bros,
Who are alive.
who are either alive or undead. Now, I did fancy their chances. There's been lots of nibbling so far. We've had Boar and Spike nibbling their opponents.
Yeah.
If the Rowe Bros bite the Pillar Killers, then they are going to die of the toxic shock and then be resurrected as zombies for the next event. Because I am suspicious that the Rowe Bros are now undead.
Okay.
I saw them murdered.
Nico.
Oh no, that's Ramses.
Mm-hmm.
This is a film in which the love interest is this nun,
Yes, I just read
and
that.
she says, "My favorite animal is poopies," which is just genius. I mean, I'm ruining all the best bits for you here.
I'm so sad I haven't seen it, and I've just read that it's from the creators of Napoleon Dynamite, and therefore I tap out.
Well, what I have to say is, I knew you'd want to borrow this film, so I didn't bring the DVD. Yeah, my other half was saying you could give that away to one of your viewers, but do any of you want it? Because that's all of them. And also, I didn't bring the disc, and I can't spare it. It's only my 3rd copy over there.
No.
Did a match happen? It did, didn't it? The resurrected Rowe Bros.
Yes.
Hey ho, Rowe Bros.
Yes.
It's Zach and Cam. They are back and bouncy. Should be mindful that the canopy, the mezzanine flooring.
Bloody hell. How many times did I think he was going to bang his head on
They are
that corner?
so keen on going high when there are 2 corners in which you cannot do that.
Yeah.
I think one of them might have clattered their head on it
Yeah.
at one point. Over the area where we were,
Mm-hmm.
where the Pillar Killers chose to have their corner. Can I ask, please, anyone, and not management or Pete, you didn't fuck up at all, even though Mike accused, don't fuck this one up. Sorry about that, Pete. It looks like we've put a spotlight on you when it wasn't us. You never have, you never will. That was Patty Cakes and Mike who were saying that. But they were standing by us, which meant that every time they kept turning around and looking at us, and we had to look at their ankles. And then when they were getting involved and getting knocked out the ring, they were getting knocked onto us.
Yeah.
So not only was Scotty knocked onto our seats, but Tommy Kyle went headfirst into my lap in a very awkward moment for everyone.
Damn it, I missed everything.
Sorry, Tony Kyle. I've changed the names to protect the innocent.
Very much focusing on that one area.
And I've just remembered because next to us was the Spicer clan, was Old Spice. And going back to the previous match, I think it was the previous match, if not this one. after Old Spice gave, I think, Spike Trivet a mouthful, he basically said to Spicer, I'm going to kill the old man first, then I'm coming for you. Jesus Christ, was that him? Or was that? I don't want to get it wrong. I think that was Spike Trivet.
Did they threaten Old Spice?
It doesn't matter. He probably couldn't hear anyway.
I think it was Spike.
Yeah, it probably was, but he wasn't able to make any friends. Anyway, this match happened. A lap full of TK is what I'm saying.
I'm
And
sad. I missed it.
not the kind that belongs on a burger or a hot dog. So my shout out here is Pete. Please, can you change the corners for where the tag team stand? Because I don't want them anywhere near me. Although that does mean I might get relegated to the furthest seat from the ring.
Yes, it was the most sexual thing I've ever seen.
Even more than Harley Hudson's bum.
In a different way, yes. It was so necessary.
I would have found it hilarious if I wasn't so very much part of the action.
Does it class as assault?
I don't know. It didn't last for 5, I can tell you that. But then, like most things of that nature in my life, it was a very short affair. We really shouldn't be saying stuff like this because this is unsuitable for youngsters, 2 of which were in the ring.
Yes, the 14-year-old
Lord.
boys who were getting thrown about the place.
That I gave sweets to once.
Yes.
Like a predator.
I didn't want to say I was looking to see if I could see the brown smears on his trousers, but they might have melted in his pockets. But now, as undead entities now, they probably don't need to relieve themselves. They just need to eat brains to stay alive. And the fact that they are an undead means that it didn't look so bad when they got murdered again in the ring. Kyle Driver for Cam, I think, is the end result.
Yes.
And we have onwards and upwards, or stroke downwards, for the Killers. They continue their reign as the World Tag Team Champions. They do the Wafty Belt celebration, and they bugger off, and that's the last we'll see of them for a while.
Did you get told to put things on your shitty podcast again?
No, but he made it clear that his name's not actually Tony Kyle, even though Mike called him Tony Kyle.
Fair enough. Made your bad Tyler. Yep.
Shall we ding our way to the main event?
Let's.
Ding ding. Right. It's time for Heartbreak. Not necessarily in the way we expected. The main event is the Odyssey 1-on-1.
Oh.
It's a strange event. It was a late billing.
Yeah.
Because Artemis insisted. This wasn't a cash-in from Chris. It was made very clear that he remains the future-proof champion.
Did she say why she picked him?
She did say why she picked him. She picked him because he would never cash in on her. And she thinks that he deserves to be at the top, but he would never take that opportunity to put himself there.
And she said, you're number 1. I am in second place because I'm never going to say she's number 2. But she knew that, he would never cash in. And he deserved the shot. And she wanted to give it to him. And he would keep the future proof. And I think he was as stunned as we were and disinterested in taking the opportunity really at first.
Yeah, and absolutely no desire to do it.
No, he sat in the corner, crouching there. Normally he's limbering up, get himself rolled up. He tried a couple of times and was just like, no, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. And
every time he tried to lock up, he just actually said, no, I can't, and walked off.
He just said, all right, I'll just go. Don't need to be doing this.
Yeah. What's to stop me walking up there? I've still got the future proof. I can still have another chance at this.
What's he going to do with that then? If he's got, that still to cash in?
Well, it's the belt itself was not on the line. So whatever happened, he would take it with him. And as we'll see by the end of this match, he still has that belt. But it was, it was like watching the 2 best friends fight when neither of them wanted it, really.
Although then, because he stood by us, wasn't he, at the side of the ring?
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said to him. She might have called him a little bitch.
She did call him a little bitch.
And he just
lit
went,
a fire
he
in
just
him.
went, he just muttered into himself, going, what the fuck did you just call me? What the fuck did you just say? And then he jumped in the ring and we actually got it on.
Yeah, I think she says, "Show us why you're number one, or you could take the easy route out, like a little bitch." Boom, boom. He's back in, and it was, and at times he was holding himself back. And I think the more that we saw, Artemis was saying, "No, I'm going to draw this out of you."
Mhm.
And you could see from the way the fight was going, she was relishing bringing that fire out in him.
Yeah.
Because he was so reticent, and she was like, "No, I can see it's there. I could do it." But it felt like she was holding back at times. There was more that she could give
Yeah.
because she knew that he could throw more at her.
Yeah.
And it was memorable in a very painful way because you didn't know who to back. And
Because you didn't want to back him, did you? Because
No.
you didn't want to not back the other.
Mm.
You didn't want to take. You didn't want to take sides.
No, I mean, we could talk so much about what actually happened
Mm.
in the match, but I don't think we could do it justice to
No.
talk about two friends
No.
going one against the other. And the end result, if we just drop straight into that,
Mm-hmm.
is that Chris Aries not only is still the future-proof champion, but he's now the new United champion. And I've never seen someone so disappointed
No.
to have finally got the big prize.
Yeah.
He sat in the corner in which he'd started the match, having taken the win, just looking absolutely desolate.
Yeah. And I think that the ref did manage to get him into the ring and hold his hand up, didn't he?
Well, he put the belts on him, and it wasn't until they were forced on him by Artemis and to acknowledge that he'd done it.
Yeah.
And he'd won the belts. She hadn't given them to him. He actually won them fair and square. Yeah.
And then that's when it happened.
This is where the heartbreak begins. My heart was in my mouth throughout the match, and you get to the end and you're like, okay, I can cope with this. They're both still standing. They are both together still, and they're both happy, even though one of them can't bring themselves to it. And then we thought we'd seen the last of them, but out come the Pillar Killers to kill the moment.
Yeah.
Rolling in with a chair,
Yeah.
as always. TK has brought something to sit on. They rushed the ring, but are held away by the Odyssey and by a new entrant to the ring.
Yeah.
Aluna, who has suffered at the hands of the Pillars before,
Mm-hmm.
and also who has put Artemis in the position to be the champion.
Yeah,
and then
indeed.
as the forebear to Chris Aries' title, comes out and stands with the chair to fight off the Pillars, or the Pillar Killers rather.
Yeah.
Slip of the tongue there.
Yeah.
Because what happens next?
Well, she went full Seth Rollins, didn't she? She
Yeah.
hit Chris Aries in the middle of the back with a chair, like a dickhead.
Yeah.
And then she just kept shouting at Artemis, "This is your fault.
Yeah.
It should have been me."
Well, the Pillar Killers are holding Artemis to one side while Aluna batters.
Essentially, just making a watch, weren't they?
Yeah, she's the chair that Tommy brought in. I think is under Chris's head.
Yeah.
She's smashing him with the extra chair,
We've got the concerto going on.
and then she drops the two new title belts on top of Chris's head, and he's just lying there twitching in the ring.
Yeah.
While Artemis is held back to watch.
Yeah.
Now, before the night began, we were speculating on where Aluna would fit into this, because she's there on the poster.
Yeah.
And with the unexpected or unknown adversary for the Edge Runner, it was assumed that she might be getting a shot at gold.
Yeah.
But she got a chair shot at the man holding the gold.
Mm-hmm.
And boo you, Aluna, you have broken our hearts. Because two people were sitting in the front row with their Aluna t-shirts on,
Who were?
ironically, at that point. And they are sitting here tonight. That's the new salute from Aluna. This is the place where she thinks she should have been. She could have been. She
gave it up.
She was the future-proof champion. No, but she was the future-proof champion. She had that in her grasp, but couldn't defend.
Yeah.
She gave up to stop the Weasel getting his way. Although he got his way in the end, he got the title match. But now she's standing with the pillars who beat her to a pulp and have repeatedly been.
The
I keep getting this wrong. I'm so confused.
I know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
Like being in love with a beautiful woman. You watch your friends. You watch your friends. All right.
I am hoping, though, that now that she is bad Aluna, that she will wear her awesome green outfit that she has, because it's pretty awesome.
No, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Every cloud.
I can't fully hate her
No.
No.
because Tony Kyle is holding the ropes open for her to walk through, and she lies on the mat, rolls out underneath him, and just walks off, leaving him sitting there like a mug. So, for that, but for everything else, the broken hearts are here, and not for the reasons we thought. The broken parts belong to Scotty Rawk. The sellotape that held them on is now a bedroom affectation for a member of the Waffling team, and we are looking ahead to a few bouts in a few days' time.
Yeah.
So let's ding along and see what's going on. Right, Rumble season. It's not over yet. We have another Rumble incoming at the next United show.
Yes.
30-person Rumble with some favourites that we're very aware of, and some newbies to us, and 10, or maybe only 9, unknown entrants before the day.
Yeah.
So exciting times. The guarantee here is that whoever comes out triumphant from the 30 competitors will be on every show for the rest of the year.
Well, that's not a bad prize, is it?
It's not a bad prize. It's at least free entrance.
Mm.
We've got a couple of people who we saw at the last event who are probably scoping out some of the combats who are in there. New favourite of the podcast, Denzel Mack, was there. Boo You, Freddie Idol, with his coat, should be coming along. The King of Monsters will be there. The Man of Culture will also be there. Some tag team, I don't know.
Deadland! Go on, Deadland.
Neurotoxin, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Neurotoxin that.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And Cartwright, Abby Cartwright.
That'd be
Yes.
alright. She's bringing a pen again.
Yeah.
She's going to write the story of the match.
Mm.
We have the Anarchist, the Antichrist, the Nasty Boy Kai Payne, a man who's absolutely everywhere. He's on the card, one of the first ones announced. Oliver, the artist.
Yeah.
So there's a real strength in depth here, and we've named barely any of the combatants.
No,
as
we're
well
only
as-
naming the ones that we know.
Yeah, I mean,
Loads.
Bert and Ernie are there. We know today that Memes is getting involved, so hopefully the Man in Black will also be there. Yeah, we're just looking at some of the other guys who've been announced there.
Yeah, I would do.
Who's that?
That's the guy that looks like Lincoln Spector.
Is it Jay Alexander?
Yeah, Jay Alexander.
No sign of Delphine yet, although maybe they are yet to be announced.
Looks like Machine Gun Kelly.
It's no,
Is it Angel?
it's Chris Angel.
Chris Angel.
Oh.
Yeah,
So we are.
El Antonio.
Oh, yes.
Who's that?
That's Levi, isn't it? Levi
No.
Cooper.
Oh, Levi Cooper, yeah. So it is going to be spectacular. We know some of these guys have got great form in Rumbles. LJ, one of them, a recent victor. So let's hope he brings all the style to Oxford, Mexico, when he arrives. Any early favourites from your perspective?
Oh, I bet Gedlin.
There's a few, I think. Neurotoxin, I always look forward to seeing her. I think she is a beast who will destroy any man, woman and child. Liam McCarthy for the same reason.
Yeah, recent rune in the Sacrifice Rumble.
And Aidan White, because I'll always love him always.
A little bit sick in my mouth.
No, don't.
I say Denzel Mack. I think Denzel Mack, with his ability to hold people upside down forever, maybe not Liam McCarthy, could do well. I think Kai Payne was only second to Liam McCarthy in the recent Rumble we saw him in.
True.
A really good showing. I suppose Aidan White has won a Rumble,
Yeah, he did.
even if it was kind of a cheating
Not really.
somewhere.
And he came second in another one.
Yeah. See?
We're in that
See?
two-man rumble.
Pedigree.
Let's go, Aiden. Woo!
Right, let's move on. Let's
That's
move
all I've
on.
got for me right
Someone
now.
let Granny go to the wrestling.
I want the Pope to come to the next wrestling.
I think the Pope would love it at United.
Yeah,
I think we should take her on.
I think so. We'll just sit in the corner, just causing chaos, like we do.
In your cardigans,
Yeah, matching cardigans as
And the
well.
slippers as
And
well.
the slippers.
talking about inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Well, at my age, you don't worry about these things. That's not personal experience. I know I'm the elder here. The Pope's slightly older than me.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What else have we got on the card?
Right. What else have we got on the card? We have got,
Supposedly, there's more than one captain.
yes. Yes, we've got Arthur Skurro against Steve Valentino,
Oh,
a pirate off. Pirate squared.
yeah, but who is Steve Valentino?
The pirate.
He's someone's captain, not my captain.
Not your
I
captain.
recognise no other piratical wrestlers.
Perhaps he might be my captain by the end of it.
Right,
We'll see.
I'm back in Skurro on that one.
So we've got
That's
that.
3 shades of piracy.
3 stages of piracy match.
Ooh. So that's when you've done the VHS.
Yeah.
And then you've done the DVDs and you've
And
taken
what
them around
about
the pub.
The recording of the radio as well.
That's not really piracy,
It's
is it?
not? Is it
Well,
not?
it's not. Yeah, but you're not trying to sell it, are you? You've just recorded Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like Jack Sparrow, Captain Hook, the Somali guys off that one with Tom Hanks in it.
Oh, when you said Somali guys, I thought South Park. No.
I think anything we say, you can probably think of South Park. Probably best avoided.
Okay, and then we've got Chris Aries defending his belt for the first time. And as you know, United don't choose who it's against.
Yeah.
And Aluna would have been the obvious choice.
Yes, absolutely.
No, she needs to sit and wait her turn because she's naughty.
Yes.
You shouldn't reward naughty behaviour.
Exactly.
If she goes
needs to
past
learn.
5, I'm going to count to 5, Aluna. And if you're still naughty, I'll be very displeased.
This is what I do with my boy. I'm going to count to 5. 1.
Yeah, how long does it take to get to 4? Do you ever get?
Actually, no, I go 5.
Oh,
But like
4.
Thunderbirds.
Oh, Thunderbirds,
Yeah. Anyway, he's gone above her head. He's gone to the head of New Wave Academy, and he's going to be taking on. Oh, I forgot his name.
Bronco.
Brendan White.
Bronco. What a greedy soul. Yeah, he's a dangerous man.
Yeah.
What is it with Chris Aries and choosing his opponent? He goes, I'll tell you what I'd like to be kicked. I know why he
Well,
chose
yeah.
Haskins. Yeah, I've got a very good idea. So, yes. So, yeah, he's chosen to go up against Bronco.
I mean, who the hell would want to fight Bronco? What a terrifying ordeal. Okay.
Is this, are you
No, I
offering to
don't.
take his place?
I
No,
don't-
I
you
don't.
shouldn't.
I'm not volunteering. That's not me volunteering.
Okay.
I don't know who this person
Okay,
is.
give us a second.
I think we last saw him at Right Cabaret,
We did.
I have not
We
been there.
did.
where he teamed with one of your faves,
Which one?
Murdoch. He was one of Murdoch's
I've not
pals.
seen him for a while.
The greedy vultures that were part of that
They were-
that whole horde of people.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
Muslim man, isn't
He is a Muslim
He's
man.
also a little bit Tommy Kyle there with his sexy Alsatian on the go.
Yeah.
He looks like he could smash your face in.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want the headbutted by that big head of his.
No, nuh-uh.
Well,
Nuh-uh.
just wait and see what happens. Don't give anyone any ideas.
No.
Under the Baskervilles.
So you talk about me on all the dog-related stuff. It's always like, oh, he's like a Staffy. It's like Hound of the Baskervilles. No, he's like Snoopy.
Aww.
It's laying unconscious on top of a house.
Yeah.
So do we think this is going to be a successful bout, or is Aries going to take one in the loss category?
That's it, but it's a championship match. So he either shows Aluna who's the boss by taking down her coach and her mentor, or he fucks everything up, loses the belts, and New Wave take over.
It's a very good chance. I don't want to call it. I'm back in Aries because
Yeah, is it every
Because-
time ever?
I think he knows where I live. I don't think Bronco does. I'm living in the shed. But yeah, this is going to be worthy of any main event.
Yeah, yeah.
Which leaves us with only one last thing. We have someone new on the block. In fact, we have 1 new arrival, 3 returns, and 1 change of status for one very important person from United. We have Shane Hook returning with a new tag team partner in the shape of
Harrison Bennett.
First time we're going to have seen him at United. This is a man who is quite adept in tag team wrestling at the moment.
Yeah.
Last I saw of him, he was beating up Father and Sunflower, which was in 2 parts hilarious and 1 part tragic, as he beat up a poor mute sunflower. I'll show you the footage later.
I think I've fallen asleep and I'm dreaming now because
Even if I show you the footage, you'll still
so
think you're dreaming.
confused.
Rain Leverkusen
Oh yeah.
and Harrison tagging, and I think it was at Attack Wrestling recently, attacking the tag team champions Father and Sunflower.
Yeah.
Is that really a tag team?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Daffodil Luchadors from the Deep South. It is as if this contains something other than caffeine. But yeah, they're tagging.
Yes.
And they're going up against a new team, but not new faces to us.
No.
From behind the wrestling microphone, Tej has formed a new group. KNR are here. Alice Inc.
Shit.
in a
shit.
kind of way. PWI top 250 wrestler in the world, now teaming with Endakara, who we saw take our champion, Chris Aries, to the limit. And we saw Alice Inc. take
the previous champion to
the limit. They are now a team and a faction.
Okay, well, good luck, Tony.
Yeah, I think we'll just hand over to Tej to introduce them, because I don't think we could do this justice compared to the man of many words.
This is so cool.
So we look forward to it. Look out for it. Stay in the know with the WO. It's over to you, Mr. Lee.
The fact of the matter is, I have been overlooked, quite frankly. And it's not just me. You see, there's 2 people that I want to talk about here. Forget me. You want to know about me, you can hear me for 14 different promotions. These 2 people deserve your attention. You see, on one hand, you have Alice Inc. She's a PWI 500 ranked wrestler. She's a PWI 250 ranked wrestler. She's the first and only ever Unified Body Slam champion. She's gone and done a Stardom excursion, worked with someone you might know the name of, in Julia. She is arguably the best wrestler out of Scandinavia, and yet you do not see her on English shores. I don't know why. And of course, then you've got Endakara. Endakara, the best unsigned junior heavyweight in all of Europe. The first ever foreign Big Japan junior heavyweight champion in 20 years. The first ever in over 20 years to defend it on foreign soil. This man is a phenom. Now, we could be bitter. So instead, we decided to open some doors. And we christened ourselves with a name. Kita Ronin. A way to honor the fact that we're known as samurai. Oh yes. We come in, you pay us, we light your company on fire, metaphorically, we leave. This year, Kita no Ronin are going to be on the names and lips of everyone in this business. And I will be standing with either one of them on my side, watching them light this business on fire. Missing peace no more.
Not nice in any way. And it gets worse after.
So the aftertaste. That's another thing we can. Yeah, keep doing that. I cut that into a 5-second loop.
Yes. Okay. Well, the winner of today's show is. It's Rosie and Alex.